Hello, my name is Bree, and today we're going to be talking about Rex laminae. I got my information from Dr. Attaway's notes on the spinal cord, as well as help from a website that I have at the top of this slide. So to get right into it, what are Rex laminae? So Rex laminae are areas of the spinal cord that neurons are grouped according to their morphology and structure, as well as their function, rather than just their location. So if we look at this picture on this slide, we're looking at a slice of the spinal cord, and the right side has all the Rex laminae and the left side has the nuclei. But we're going to be focusing on the right side today. So if we look at the first Rex laminae, well, actually laminae 1 through 6 are all found in the dorsal horn, and the rest are found in the ventral horn. The dorsal is known for sensory afferent input, so keep that in mind as we go. So the very first one is found at the tip of the dorsal horn, and it's associated with the marginal nucleus. And its function is to receive noxious sensations of pain that are threatening to the body, and it sends its information back to the brain through a contralateral spinothalamic tract. The second Rex laminae is right below this, still at the top of the dorsal horn, and it's associated with the substantia gelatinosa nuclei, and its function is to receive all sensory-related stimulus, whether that's noxious or non-noxious. And it sends out its information to other lamina 3 and 4. We look at Rex lamina 3 through 6. Those are still in the dorsal horn, but it's in what we call the neck of the dorsal horn. And the third one is also going to work with the nucleus proprius, which works with mechanical sensation, which makes sense for its function, which is conscious proprioception and light touch. And it's going to send that information out through lamina 4, 5, and 6. Lamina 4 is going to also be associated with nucleus proprius, and it receives non-noxious sensory information and processing. And it sends that information back out through the lamina number 2. The lamina number 5, we receive descending information from the brain by a corticospinal and rubriospinal tracts. The rubriospinal is a red nucleus, which can be found in the midbrain, and its function is to relay sensory information, but especially nociceptor or pain-related information, and it sends it back out through the spinothalamic tracts. Lastly, Rex laminae number 6 is really only found in enlargements, so it's going to be found in the cervical and lumbosacral enlargements. And its function is to take the sensory information from muscle spindles, and it uses that for proprioception and for reflexes. And it's going to send that back out through the ipsilateral spinocerebellar pathways. Now we're going to look at the lamina 7 through 10, which again is found in the ventral horn, which is associated with motor or efferent information. The number 7 is going to be associated with visceral motor, and the rest are going to be associated with skeletal muscle. So number 7 is going to receive information from lamina 2 through 6, as well as from sensory information from the viscera. And its function is to take that motor information to the viscera, and it also gives rise to functional and regulatory cells of the autonomic nervous system that work with parasympathetic and sympathetic nervous system. And it is associated with the dorsal nucleus of Clark with its output. Rex laminae number 8 is found in the cervical and lumbar levels of the spinal cord, and it works with voluntary control skeletal muscle, so it modulates motor output with the skeletal muscle. Its output works with lower motor neurons, as well as lateral and medial motor neurons. Now, number 9 is still found in the ventral horn, and it works again with voluntary control, and it innervates striated muscle like skeletal muscle. And its output goes as well also through the lateral and medial motor neurons. The last Rex laminae number 10 surrounds the central canal and is found in the central commissure of the gray matter. And it works with the voluntary control skeletal muscle, but this is also where all the axons are going to decussate, which just means to cross over, and it just sends its motor output back to the body. And that is all for the Rex laminae.